Wait, what is Resident Evil Requiem? Is it Resident Evil 9? Is it a side story, a remake? Why did it drop with almost no warning during Summer Game Fest out of all places and somehow literally stole the entire show? Let's break this down. Resident Evil Requiem is the official next chapter in the Resident Evil saga. This is Resident Evil 9, full stop, okay? Capcom confirmed it, February 27, 2026. It'll be on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox, everything, okay? It's not a spin-off, it's not a remake, and it's not a DLC. It's the next main line entry, and they're calling it the boldest shift in tone and gameplay in the franchise's history. That's not hype, that's what the devs are actually saying. So here's what we know. You play as Grace Ashcroft, okay? She's not a super soldier, not a raccoon. She's an FBI tech analyst, a quiet type buried in data and crime reports. But this time, she's being thrown into the fire. Her mother was killed at the Wrenwood Hotel years ago, and now Grace has to go back to that same place, and of course, everything goes wrong. There's a voice calling her the chosen one. She wakes up strapped to a gurney, and the hotel is giving evil asylum energy. Think Resident Evil 7 with money. Okay, here's where things get really interesting. In the trailer, we get flashes of a destroyed Raccoon City. I mean, that's big. The city was nuked at the end of Resident Evil 3, but we're seeing it again. Years later, collapsed. You know, it basically was, the whole thing was filled with secrets. There's even a ruined version of the RPD. The moment they showed us that, fans online lost their minds. Reddit is already calling it the city's requiem, okay? Like, this is the funeral march for everything that came before. But Grace isn't just investigating this, she's connected to it. Theories are already exploding. One of the most popular ones is that the mutated creatures in the trailer, you know, the ones chained up and monstrous, some fans think that that's her mother. I mean, that would explain why Grace is the chosen one. I mean, she's not here by accident. She might as well be the result of something Umbrella started decades ago. That's how deep this could actually go. And then there's that hooded figure, you know, the one who says the line about her being special. He has no name, no clear face, just a creepy presence. Some think it's a new villain, other thinks it's a legacy character, maybe a twisted version of someone we've already seen before. There's even talk that it might be a younger Spencer clone or a corrupted version of Hunk. Yeah, I mean, Reddit has pretty much gone wild, and honestly, they might be onto something. Now let's talk about gameplay. I mean, here's where Capcom made a massive move. For the first time in the franchise, you can switch between first person and third person on the fly. There's no like a settings menu change. It's literally real time. I mean, that's gonna be huge. Some people think that this is kind of gonna take away from the immersive feel of first person. And I think people love the classic over the shoulder work. I mean, that's kind of like what the game kind of stood on, but I mean, why not both? Mechanically, it's survival horror first. That was confirmed by press who went hands on. There's no weapons in the early demo, just tension, flashlights, footsteps, locked doors, and a presence that's stalking you from the shadows. Players compared it to the, Benevito house from Village. That says a lot. I mean, it's less action and more psychological. And let's be honest, Resident Evil fans have been split for years. Do we want slow horror like Resident Evil 7 or wild action like Resident Evil 4, the remake? Requiem seems to be aiming for the best of both. It starts quiet, it builds tension, but Capcom says there will be cinematic action layered in, so expect that to turn. Expect the moment when the game says, no more hiding, it's time to fight. Reddit's already debating it. One group is hoping that it stays slow and kind of creepy, and another says they want a mix like RE2 Remake's pacing, but everyone agrees on one thing. This feels like a return to fear. That kind of fear that made you check your hallway before turning off the console. Now, let's circle back to Grace. Some players are nervous. Is she going to be interesting enough? Is this just a placeholder before we switch to someone else? Here's the thing. Capcom doesn't introduce a brand new protagonist in RE9 unless they believe in her. And based on what we've seen, Grace has depth. She's not a soldier, she's not confident, she's vulnerable, and that makes her real. The emotional core of this story depends on her unraveling what happened to her family. And in a world filled with monsters and bioterror, that kind of personal horror will hit hard. There's also a lot of rumors floating around. Some fans believe we might switch characters part way through, like how Resident Evil 2 had Leon and Claire. Some even think Grace might not make it to the end. Maybe she's the emotional setup, and the second half shifts to a legacy character. Leon, Jill, Chris, whoever it is, it'd be a bold move, but if the story just sticks with Grace and her alone, it's shaping up to be a powerful personal experience. Now let's talk bosses. We didn't see much, but one creature stood out, a massive witch-like figure roaming the halls of the sanatorium. Fans already nicknamed her the Witch. She's tall, slow, terrifying, and the kind of thing you hide from, not fight head on. We don't know her story yet, but you can bet it's going to be twisted. The visual designs are pretty stunning, as you saw the lighting, the shadows, and the atmosphere are pretty next level. Every inch of that hotel literally oozed dread. Press that played the demo said just walking the hallways felt pretty nerve-wracking. I mean, that's a tone we've missed. Not big flashy explosions, just quiet, creeping terror. Oh, and Renwood Hotel, that name's not random. In older Resident Evil's lore, Alyssa Ashcroft, the journalist from Outbreak, investigated a murder there. Grace Ashcroft, same last name. Fans are already digging through the old files, looking for links, and we've got a confirmed demo coming to Gamescom 2025, and that's not far off. Players will get hands-on time, and we'll finally know how it feels to play. That's going to answer a lot of these questions. How movement works, how combat evolves, and whether the pacing holds up. So what is Requiem really? I mean, it's a reset, a Requiem for everything that came before. It takes the classic Resident Evil DNA, Raccoon City, family trauma, corporate horror, and mutates it into something darker, quieter, and more human. I mean, it's not about saving the world, it's about facing the one place you never wanted to go back to. And the monsters are waiting inside, and I'll say this, Capcom is playing a long game here. The hooded figure, the mother connection, the location, this isn't just a horror game, it's a mystery. And when February 2026 comes around, we're all gonna be looking for answers. And in the next video, I'm gonna break down the trailer frame by frame, because if you blinked, you kind of missed a lot. Now, make sure you guys like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.